This is basically where you're going to receive them. And it's through contents and settings. You should have access to that. If not, you can ask Ryan and he could fix that for you so you could see this tab.
Okay.
So this is basically where our pages live, our web pages live. And these are our forms, custom forms right here on the left-hand side under contents and settings. You have custom forms. Now these are all the forms. So call CFS is call for speakers. That's when people when they submit their um, abstract to be reviewed. So you can see right here on the right-hand side, it says 33. That's 33 people who have submitted. Sometimes they submit multiple, like, they'll have 2 entries because they forgot to submit something, a document or upload, or there was not enough boxes to upload.
Okay.
So what I'm going to do, this is like PC, and then I think the way Ryan does the seminar, I always go to page 6 because seminar starts with seminar. Now, this is the only one that you can't really search for it. Like if you go back to contents and settings, like the main page, those give you a search menu so you can search for it, but that is just for the web page itself, not the forms. And you're going to look for the forms for accreditation.
Okay.
So the majority of your accreditations will be right here, ACPE accreditations. This will give you all. So if you hit the look button right here, the
magnifying
glass, this will give you all if you hit search. And they started this back in, I don't know, like 2015 or something. So I always do like the beginning of the year or the beginning of the month. Let's give you back to April. Just because I don't know how many that you guys been having, and I don't want it to be so big where it's going to take long to load. So if you're doing accreditation for the chapters, I would be usually once somebody submits it on our webpage, that will get an alert to education at cshp.org, and they'll say, it says alert, somebody's put a submission, and that tells me when I get that email, that tells me to go in here and pick that submission. Usually it's by date right here. You see 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is one probably that just got submitted yesterday. So this probably needs to be taken care of. I don't know when, or I don't know.
Okay.
When Brandon's last day is. I thought it was the 11th.
Hillary said he did through the first week of May, which is this, but in a UAN tracker Excel sheet, I saw that tonight's Diablo chapter is hosted by themselves for Zoom, but there's no session code, and there's pending under a couple of the columns. So I'm not sure if he started it and then didn't finish it. I wasn't communicated to complete that one, so I'm kind of a little worried if I need to finish that process, how to do it. Yeah.
Okay, so this is where you find the initial submissions. And then you would just click on this number hyperlink here. And this will give you basically what they submitted. And this is what I take the information and I put on the UAN tracker. And the UAN tracker has all this information in there. I just take this information and put it on the tracker. You have who submitted it, who's the contact person. This is the title. This is what you're going to need for accreditation. Obviously, the title. You're going to need learning objectives. They're gonna need to know if it's for pharmacists and or texts and stuff. They just list pharmacists. It is a live event, and here is the date that they want, and it's for 1 hour.
Okay.
These are the things. These are the reasons why we have the UAN tracker, because CPE requires us to track this.
Okay.
And this is this is the same information that you're going to need to plug into ACPE for accreditation to the provider web tool.
Which Excel sheet is everyone utilizing? I see a couple of different versions in Sync.
I don't know which one Brandon used, but I don't know. Do I have?
Because I want to make sure at least I'm sticking to the one that everyone mostly sees.
Yeah. Well, the UAN tracker is only for you. I don't know if I have access to it because it's not my computer. I don't know if I.
Okay. All right, that makes sense then.
Let me look, because you're gonna toggle between the two. Oh, it's Dado.
Dado Workplace. Mm-hmm.
I can log in. Dado Workplace. Oh yeah.
Thank you so much again for walking me through this. Brandon did a presentation with me, but I think I needed to see the step-by-step process, this one.
Yeah. So this is Data Workplace online. It's a little bit different than when you're in the office, but you're probably will become more used to this one online. So you just keep going to CSHB, share, share, till you get all the files.
Okay.
Cloud. This is the cloud. CSHB cloud, and we'll view different things. It'll be viewed differently depending on what you have access to. So mine might be a little bit different than yours.
Right.
But what you're looking for, it'd be in the same cloud drive. But you should be looking for continuing education.
I have that.
This is what you're gonna need. This is all your continuing education.
Okay.
Folders. This is what I was talking about on the cloud or in Sync. This is what I call Sync. This is where I kept my accreditation logs. This is where they used to be for Chapter CE, and when I started doing it, I wanted to track my own way, and then I have broken it down to 2021, 22.
Okay, so this one was done by you. I've seen these 3 folders, and I like them. So, okay, those are yours.
So for 2022, let's see if Brandon created one. So it looks like he did. It looks like he created these each time. This looks like it's in date 2022-01. That's January 18th. So if you go back to the ACPE accreditation, my screen change. This is where it would be. See this date and time submission.
Yeah.
May 4th, 2022, and this is for San Gabriel. So this is how he has it here. There should be a San Gabriel right here. It's probably this. No, this is 4/28. So he probably has not done that one.
Okay.
And it looks like he just created a folder. You just create a new folder and then put that information. So you could probably just click on one and see how he has it here. So these are the documents that he downloaded. These documents. If you go back, let me go back one. I used to download everything. Let me go back another one into 2021. I used to download everything, and whatever works for you. Okay, so I used to put the date that I received it, and then the chapter, and then this is the submission number. I find that I don't really need the submission number. I never really referred to it. So you could probably drop that number. This number, this 23 whatever, is this submission number right here. But I found that I don't really refer to it as often. But if you, I don't know. Cindy used to track it, so I tracked it, but I never referred to it. I just kind of like put it on the spreadsheet just in case I needed it.
Okay.
But to be honest, I never needed it.
Okay.
So within these folders here, I download everything that they attach to the submission. Recording and registration, that comes later on after. That's just after I download the recording from Zoom and I put it in here. In registration, you could get registration logs, who all registered from for this webinar from Ryan. And these are YM registrations and store. And this is attendees report. This report is actually from Zoom. So you can run reports in Zoom to see who all logged in. The reason why I do that is because like sometimes I say, oh, I was on there, I need the session code because my computer kicked me off or whatever. I always check. Well, one, I check to see if they attended, and that's how you can do is in the report. I see they're registered and they're attended. If they do, then we'll call it good. Lorianne is not a stickler. She will basically just give them the information. But at least I like to double check because there's some people that register, just log in and don't do the work and then want the session code to claim credit. But again, where Lorianne is very big at giving them the benefit of the doubt. And not really questioning it enough. So what I like to do is I like to have this copy. So I always print this page to a PDF. If you have the PDF, if you have a PDF writer, and you have it, you could print it to PDF or you can save it to PDF. And I like to throw it in this folder. Well, not this registration folder, but in this folder so I can have a copy of it. You could also probably, if that didn't work, you probably could get see this side alert. This is what your email will look like. Sometimes I just save it.
Yeah, I know that this one shows up in the emails all the time.
Yeah, so these ones that say, I usually just say, I don't know if this computer really has a PDF thing on it. Like I said, it's not really mine, so it will save like this. This will be basically the email. I like to do that because I can refer to it instead of having to go into YM and then bring it back up. If I save it like this, then I can go back. Oh, hey, what did they put for the learning objectives, or what did they put for, I don't know, knowledge base. And again, this is just a copy of what they submit right here. This is a PDF copy of that. These are all the uploads that they have. So they uploaded a PDF here, and you could click on them. They're all hyperlinks, and that's how I would do it. I would click on them and then save them. So this.
And then drop it into your. Okay.
Yeah, so I would save them on you could probably save them to your desktop since you're working on the laptop, and then name them like they named here, like they're named here, and then I would put them into this folder and then upload them into the folder so that way they have everything. So that is how you kind of like get all your information, you get all your documents. All speakers need to have a COI, conflict of interest, and a CV. It's required to have them all, to have that. If CSHP is doing a webinar, then we do a photo recording consent form. they don't have to. I know the form says, yeah, you have to sign it, but if they choose not to have it record, then they don't record, then don't record it. It's not that big of a deal. We don't really use it. We say we use it for training, but I've never had to reuse it.
Okay.
But you're going to get those 3 things. For chapters, you want, they always have to have a flyer. So they have a beginning flyer that they need to send over. And this beginning flyer will have everything, but it won't have the UAN stuff because you haven't accredited yet and you need to review it and approve it before it gets accredited. So they always send a draft. And then once you have everything, then you give them once you do the accreditation, you give them the UAN number and the session code, and you report it back to them and say, okay, update your flyer. And when you update your flyer, send the final back to me, and then they'll send it. And that's why you should have 2 in your flyers.
Okay.
One says draft, and then one says either final, or one won't have draft on it.
Okay.
So there's these flyers right here. Here's one, and here's another one.
Okay.
And probably because one was a draft, it does not have the UAN. So usually